I would say this is one of those horror stories that you read about in books or see in movies.
Joey! Sheriff's officer! Sheriff's officer, are you okay?
From a lot of streams, I could not imagine. I had no idea what we were going into that day.
Just a girl, just a girl. How are you, honey?
These are Kayla Brown's first moments of freedom in 65 days.
We're going to get you out of there, okay?
Captured on video by police, a harrowing ordeal after being kidnapped and held prisoner by a madman.
You're okay, we're here, okay?
From that moment in November 2016
If it wasn't for everyone out there, I don't think I would be here today.
to this, 2 days ago, Kayla Brown powerfully, defiantly facing her captor, Todd Kohlhepp, in the courtroom.
I do.
In what many hoped would be closure in a case that riveted the nation.
To a woman who had been missing for months, discovered and then rescued.
The former South Carolina real estate broker claiming more victims.
A killer among us, the unsealed files of Todd Kohlhepp.
It began as a missing persons report when 30-year-old Army veteran Kayla Brown and her boyfriend Charlie Carver disappeared in South Carolina in late 2016.
They went missing, and after the first few days, kind of came across as any other missing person case. But after the days went on, some things didn't start to piece up right.
Police and family began scouring every possible lead for the vanished couple.
Investigators started looking into everything. You know, they were looking into credit card records, surveillance videos.
As the days dragged on, growing concern that this case was something more.
There were certain things that started to come out that did give me a more of an urgency about the case.
Investigators ultimately traced a cell phone ping from Kayla's phone 2 months earlier to a sprawling, nearly 100-acre property in Woodruff, South Carolina, owned by a local successful real estate agent, Todd Kohlhepp. There, investigators came upon this metal storage container.
Watch out, y'all move.
Detectives Bradley Whitfield and Charlene Ezell were among the first officers on the case.
We definitely didn't suspect a movie script scenario to be played out right in front of us.
Hearing those officers outside, Brown responded to them by knocking back from inside that shipping container, where they discovered she was chained up like a dog.
We were shocked and amazed when we heard the knocks back. The conditions were horrible. I think we all saw a lot of things that day that are going to stay with us.
She just looked at me and she said, "Thank you so much for finding me."
Once inside, Kayla made a startling revelation.
Do you know where your buddy is?
Charlie?
Yes.
He shot him.
He shot him?
Who did?
Todd Kohlhepp shot Charlie Carver 3 times in the chest, wrapped him in a blue tarp, put him in the bucket of the tractor, locked me down here, and I never seen him again.
Okay.
Police then arresting Kohlhepp, who leads them to Carver's body dumped in a shallow grave.
I can tell you that one of the charges is going to be kidnapping. It could be murder. It could be, you know, a number of things.
The exclusive interview.
He would rape me twice a day, every day.
Last year, Kayla Brown recounted the harrowing saga on the Dr. Phil show.
Did you think you were going to die?
At times.
Take me through the moment when you realized they've come for me.
I was scared. Because what if it really wasn't somebody that came for me?
For investigators, the horrific discovery of Kayla and Charlie would open a blood-chilling Pandora's box. What was a missing persons report quickly morphed into a story of serial killings and long unsolved cold cases.
You've got so many different elements. You've got a girl chained up in a box. You've got multiple murders, shallow graves, a huge mysterious property, a serial killer who has this larger-than-life personality.
In addition to Kayla's boyfriend, Charlie, police would find 2 more graves on the property. In all, Kohlhepp admits to murdering 7 people over 13 years, including Johnny and Megan Coxey, those 2 other bodies found on his property, and 4 people from a grisly 2003 shooting at a Spartanburg County motorcycle shop.
I went around him and put another one through a spinal column.
Speaking to investigators, Kohlhepp delivering proud confessions.
She walked outside. I want her outside. When I want her outside, I put a 4 in the back of her head. What gun did you shoot her with? Same one.
Kohlhepp was convicted of 7 murder charges and the kidnapping and sexual assault of Kayla Brown. Despite his new life behind bars, he has not stayed quiet. In an 8-page letter sent to the Spartanburg Herald-Journal late last year, Kohlhepp claims that there are even more victims.
Yes, there's more than 7. I tried to tell investigators and I did tell FBI.
Daniel Gross was the reporter Kohlhepp sent his manifesto to.
That was, I believe, the 4th letter I received. But in that letter, he didn't really offer up any specifics.
In his time in prison, Kohlhepp has continued to communicate with Gross, saying that he doesn't see the value in offering details to police.
You know, this guy apparently has claimed to killed as many as 100 people.
The FBI tells ABC News that further investigation into Kohlhepp's claims about more victims is still pending.
A killer who claims he's got more victims but gives no specifics to corroborate that is playing games.
Dr. Katherine Ramsland is a forensic psychologist.
I would describe Todd Kohlhepp as a narcissistic, entitled man who believed that the world owed him something, and when he didn't get it, people were going to be punished for that.
Her work explores how the mind of a serial killer operates.
They don't process emotions very deeply. They do think that they're entitled to do what they're doing. They think their victims are in their world, and so they are owned by them.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we're going to get you out of there, okay? Just hang loose for me.
2 years after her kidnapping, Kayla Brown is now suing Kohlhepp, seeking more than $363 million in punitive damages. She wants compensation for medical bills and health treatment. Kohlhepp is representing himself in the case. For Kayla Brown, this is hopefully the final chapter of her nightmare. But for investigators, it may be just the beginning.
It's really tough to say what's next. You've got a serial killer that's, you know, claiming so much more than meets the surface. You know, just because he's in prison now, I don't think the story's over.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.